Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, at that time of the week, we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. Did I say ladies and gentlemen both and neither? Boys always give me static. We like to do lots and lots of funny memes, me and my beautiful co-hosts, Andrew Teedy and Quiet Michael LeBune. And we like to do those funny memes after an essential part of every nutritious breakfast of champions, the depressing news. We have to do the depressing. It's required. Something we do. So we're going to do it now.
It's trademarked. We did it first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can't have depressing without us.
Yep. And I'd like you guys to know, too, a lot of people these days, they just read a headline. But we here at Facebook for the Blind, a weekly memecast, news, go beyond the headlines and also read part of the first sentence. So you don't have to.
America.
This is normally animated, but, you know, it's not. Hey, got some good news. The Hollywood writers' strike may finally be ending. So the tentative deal there, I think they're about day 146 of labor stoppage, longest strike in Hollywood history by a long shot, might be over. So good news from California. Meanwhile, Alabama is just trying to say, hey, we could be the evilest state. So they went all the way to the Supreme Court just to reject a second black majority congressional district and went forward with their super crackerized election map. And the Supreme Court was like, no, even we scumbags see how evil this is. So Alabama, and also Alabama inmate Kenneth Smith is poised to be the first test subject for a new execution method. Isn't that fun? They're going to use some experimental nitrogen hypoxia on this guy, because sure. I mean, what country is more famous for experimenting on prisoners than America?
We're number one.
USA.
Anyway, so Alabama is number one this week in the running for, demonstratively most evil state. But, the week is still young. It's only Tuesday.
Which I do want to say, weirdly, we are number one in Alabama.
Yeah. Alabama, the Alabamas of Alabama.
So all these disparaging statements are not to our great listeners in Alabama, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. Moving on, other terrible places, Charlotte. Outside of Charlotte, they've got chaos and gridlock. Callers and vehicles say people were shooting each other on I-77. And if you've ever been in a rush hour gridlock, I know you've thought to yourself, I'd like to shoot people around me. We all have. But it ends up with the traffic moving slower. It just does. Look, take it from me. You don't want to do that, Charlotte. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, what do you do, like Chicago?
I saw a nice piece in Fast Company. Researcher Meredith Whitaker, former Googler, says AI's biggest risk isn't consciousness. You keep seeing the media everywhere, and there's like, AI, it could take over the world. AI, it could become intelligent, and it could become an existential threat. And she's like, no, it's that corporations will control them. Corporations, the ones who already control the world. So that was a nice point, I thought. Oh my God, Bob Menendez charged with taking bribes, and they go to his house and find $500,000 in cash and gold bars. Gold bars.
Who is he? Scrooge McDuck?
So perfect. That is so on brand for a corrupt senator. Yeah, they checked his browser history, and it was like, how much is a pound of gold worth?
Jesus.
I know. It's so fun. And apparently, the reason he took all that money was a bunch of Egyptian business, protecting some guy's exclusive rights to import halal meat into where's Bob Menendez from? New Jersey? I don't know, somewhere. I think anyway.
New Jersey.
Yeah, he's from New Jersey, and
New Jersey.
and also to keep money flowing to the famously wonderful Egyptian military. The Egyptian military. Not famous for torture or awful, horrible things at all. Great people. Should probably give them more money. Misinformation research, which is near and dear to my academic heart, is buckling under GOP legal attacks. This fun little article in the Washington Post was lovely. Just there's an escalating campaign led by Representative Jim Jordan, real raw dog asshole cover up. Don't Google Jim Scandal, Ohio, Jim Jordan. But wrestling, don't Google any of those terms. It's terrible. You don't want to know. But he has cast a pall over lots of programs that are studying political disinformation. And you remember all that medical disinformation? You remember when you found out that average, ordinary Americans didn't understand anything at all about germ theory or washing their hands, let alone vaccines? Anyway, so millions and millions of dollars were going into some programs to maybe figure out how we could, better communicate medical information. But the Republicans have shut it down because misinformation is their bread and butter. And if you, criticize it, that could be bad. So scientists and researchers are being bombarded with just a barrage of freedom of information requests and congressional subpoenas and all kinds of other BS that is making me so angry. I am telling you all about it, and it's just not funny at all.
Three things. Number one, subpoenas sounds like a plural form of penis. Number two, misinformation sounds like a really cool cartoon villain name.
Ooh.
And, it'd be a barn villain.
Number three, raw dog asshole was my nickname in the Army. All right, back to you, Eric.
Yes.
That's funny. I think you told me a raw dog asshole story. That's great. In other quack fucking news, UAW, who is in the middle of a strike as well, selectively, targetedly, and well done. And I didn't pay any attention today because I was busy, but I believe Biden was teasing possibly coming down and meeting with the UAW in Detroit at their marches, maybe even joining a picket line, maybe carrying a sign. Oh, we got teased with some lovely, lovely imaginary things. I didn't believe it since he threw the railroad workers under the bus last week, but that's okay. Anyway, UAW filed a labor complaint against Senator Tim Scott. This guy is one of my least favorite senators, man. Tim Scott said, "You strike, you're fired." And the UAW said telling workers they'll be fired for striking is violating federal labor law, and that's something unbecoming of a senator. Guys who make laws. I don't like Tim Scott because this guy preaches like no sex before marriage and all that crap. He's a single 56-year-old millionaire living in Washington, D.C. No premarital sex, Tim? Really? Really?
Hang on. I do got to say something, Eric. I think you just missed this in the news, and this isn't a joke. Biden joined the picket line and spoke directly, in favor of the strike, and said you're worth a lot more than you're getting paid right now. So keep going. I mean, they're on Twitter right now. They're calling him the most pro-union president in history, first president in history to join a picket line. We don't like any politicians. Biden's just the best Republican. I'm not trying to stand anybody, but he did actually. He went a lot fucking further than I thought he would.
I appreciate the correction. Every once in a while, my cynicism is slightly greater than reality.
No shit.
And that is a joy to know. That is a joy to know. Thank you so much. I don't know if you guys heard, but on a recent campaign tour, which sounds weird to say, the former president, and I hate saying that because that word doesn't have any meaning anymore. I don't know what that word means anymore. The former president said that he wanted to buy a gun because somebody had put his face on a Glock. And he was like, "Ooh, I'd like to buy that." And apparently, there's a federal law that says when you're under 91 indictments, you can't buy a firearm. There's a 24-hour waiting period. There's a whole bunch of reasons why I couldn't, but apparently the Supreme Court could soon let Trump buy all the guns that he wants. He's currently prohibited from it, and people are saying, there's a lot of courts there, and I forget sometimes that, Republicans feel that the Constitution is just the sacrosanct Second Amendment, and then a whole bunch of guidelines, suggestions, but maybe they think people under indictment, should be able to buy guns. So there you go. All right, the close. We always like to close with a heartwarming animal story, and this is at least one fun one. Checked in on the Orcas versus Yachts campaign, and a sailboat suffers damaged rudder and a water leak in an orca attack. This happened earlier this month, and it was published in the Executive Frou-Frou Richie Rich Yacht Owners Weekly. That said, this has been to the annoyance of the European yachting community. What with getting rudders damaged and leaking, having all of those crewmen that are being paid but not doing anything. Go Orcas. I can't remember what other closer I had. I feel like I had more heartwarming animal stories. Dude,
we got orcas taking out rich people. It's pretty heartwarming.
I know. Apparently, at some point, I found a picture of a man who actually boarded a giraffe. He climbed the fence at a zoo and rode a giraffe. I gotta tell you, I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't. I know. On the one
giraffes
side,
are the official animal, the mascot of Facebook for the Blind. We've established this.
Yeah,
but but that's taking a little bit too far, homie.
He's climbing barbed wire. I'm going to give him points for the persistence. Climbing barbed wire to rock.
I don't know the barbed wire around the giraffe enclosure. That's not cool.
I don't know. There's no pictures of him after this, so I assume he got bucked.
I'm hoping that giraffe swung that neck around and knocked him the fuck out.
And finally, a little blast from the past. Raccoon survives wild ride on cop's windshield, taking it back to 2017.
Oh, that poor little bastard.
I just love this. He's got his little feet on the windshield wiper and his paws on the windshield, and he eyes wide, looking at the cop taking his picture with his cell phone.
Like, pull over, asshole.
Some hold the blue thin line. People are out there saying, what is the raccoonic agenda for America? Are raccoons Antifa?
They wear masks. They got to be up to no good. They wear masks.
Yeah, and which really follows up with Michael's comment of what? The cop didn't shoot him? Yeah, true. And Juan Vieta Garcia commented, just following orders. That kind of is a heartwarming animal story. Wrapping up the depressing news section of Facebook for the Blind, taking it next to my ever so humble co-host, Michael Abune, with the delightfully average American-sized round one.
Oh, that's where you're wrong, Eric.
Am I?
Today we got a big, long round one.
Really?
Yeah. Be maxing out. All right, hold on a second.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, I wanted to thank everybody too. Our show got 1,001 plays. So we did it. Thanks for listening to Facebook for the Blind.
Does that mean we can be done, Eric?
No.
Let's keep going.
I say let's go for two.
Let's go for two. This is a picture of Stuart Little in a little schoolgirl skirt and top tied at the top, exposing Stuart Little's mouse midriff. One hand is on Stuart's hip. The other hand is very daintily ashing a cigarette. And it just says Stuart Little if he slayed.
Nice.
This one's coming to us from the CDC.gov. Someone asked the question, is cigarette healthy or not? And the first comment says, yes, plus it looks cool as fuck. Glow fuck yourself. Friend of the show, Glow fuck yourself.
Hey,
Says, has this picture captioned, me stealing my bro's vape so he doesn't get addicted. And then we see one guy laying on the floor. Looks like he might have collapsed.
oh,
The person holding the camera is holding a selfie in the floor, and you see they're holding an inhaler.
It ain't a vape, bro.
that's fun.
This one spoke to me. It just says, y'all, my action figure is finally out, and it's a little plastic dumpster fire.
I need that
Nice.
on my
That's
desk.
Awesome.
I actually just thought this was cute. This is from Alex, friend of the show, Alex at MIAOWLEX. Meowlex. Some big dude covered in tattoos smoking a cigar in front of my apartment said, hey, I don't know if anyone's ever told you, but you're phenomenal at parallel parking. I've seen you a few times, like, she ain't going to make it, and then you do. Incredible. She said, honestly, made my day significantly better. This is a picture of a woman in what looks to me like it's probably a backhoe. And it's a woman in a backhoe. She's wearing a hard hat. And yeah, she looks dressed for the job, wearing a hoodie. And it says, wants to be seen as equal to men, refuses to commit 80% of all violent crimes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's awesome.
This headline's coming to us from Reductress. A friend of the show, Reductress, says, suck it, Descartes. This woman thinks, but she isn't. Sorry, that's a stupid joke. Neil Rennick, friend of the show, Neil Rennick says, academics shouldn't waste time feuding at conferences no one attends. It distracts from the more serious task of feuding in publications that no one reads. Shithead Steve, friend of the show, Shithead Steve. Hey, Shithead. Hey. He's retweeting Mark Beef at Bro Gadishu, who says, always funny when bike guys make hand signals at me. Sorry, bro. Don't speak bike nerd. Good luck with whatever.
Bike nerd.
Trash Can Paul. All my friends are coming out in round one. What's up, Trash Can? This is a picture of Jesse from Breaking Bad. He's drinking water, looking really anxious. And it says, don't forget to drink water so you can stay hydrated while you suffer.
Hell yeah.
I think I got like 4 or 5 left. In this actually, I don't know who to attribute this to. This is just a picture of a woman in a very odd dress. She's talking to the camera. It looks like she's probably on some reality show. And it says injustice collector chic. And she says, when someone rubs me the wrong way, I start making a checklist. And this spoke to me. Nice. Joe Fuck Yourself is back. Picture of what was his name on? What was Dave Coulier's name?
Joey.
Yeah, Uncle Joey.
Joey Gladstone.
Right, Joey Gladstone's picture of Joey Gladstone, Dave Coulier as Joey Gladstone, raising his hand. And it says, Dave Coulier volunteering to take Lauren Boebert to the theater.
If you know this is like history.
Yeah, if you know your music history, this is a very clever joke. Yeah.
Yep.
Cheerful Nihilism, friend of the show, Cheerful Nihilism says, explaining to a child that we are mortal and that death is inescapable is probably, for me, the hardest part of being a party clown. just a couple more here. Open the Gay Animals, friend of the show, friend of the world, Openly Gay Animals. They just have a picture of this fucking mountain lion. It is enormous.
Yeah. And swole.
So scary. And Dexter, friend of the show, Don't Ask Dexter, says, what is the opposite of
Please don't.
All right, my last one for this round comes from, yes, again, Glow Fuck Yourself. You were fucking hot this week. Glow Fuck Yourself says, pro tip, jazz up any statement or question by cocking the nearest handgun at the end.
Hell yeah.
And that's all I got for round one. Let's see what you got this week, TD.
Hi, everybody. It is time once again for
Hi,
TD's.
everybody.
Hi, everybody. It is time once again for TD's often imitated, never duplicated, world famous short round one. Now with vitamin B12.
Ooh,
Oh, I
fortified.
had no idea.
That's
Oh
what
yeah, we're fortifying that shit now. Woohoo.
that's what plants crave.
Exactly. But yeah, memes. That's why we're here. All right. Kicking it off this week, friend of the show, Rare Insults. Someone posted on Twitter here. It says, "No PS5 today because the gaming PC I built leaves it in the dust." And somebody replies them going, "Y'all be like the vegans of gaming. Shit just won't shut the fuck up about your preference despite no one caring." Thank you for the chuckle.
Yep.
It's what
I
it,
liked it.
it's what I deserved. All right. Friend of the show, The Onion.
Yay.
We love what you guys do over there.
My
It's got a
former
picture,
employer.
got a picture of Lauren Boebert looking like a blow-up doll, essentially. And
Oh
it
God.
says, from The Onion, says, Lauren Boebert offers to personally jerk off any constituent she offended. So line up, everybody. All right. Moving on. She'd probably do that, too. Red Squirrel. I don't know. Just, I feel this one because I'm a child of the 90s. Mom finally cashed in her Marlboro miles, and it's these curtains that, they're yellow at the bottom, they're white at the top. It looks like giant cigarettes hanging from a curtain rod. And like, if you remember Marlboro miles, man, whew.
Oh yeah. Yep, I remember I had friends that were saving up for an iron lung, big logo on the side.
Hey, Skull Tobacco did one. My dad was so proud of the cooler he got. Okay, moving on. Friend of the show, Kristen Unakis. Hey, Kristen.
Hey, Kristen.
She got a picture here of the 5 Planeteers, but it is not their normal sayings. It's dissociation, hyperfixation, anxiety, procrastination, and depression. And that ain't Captain America they summoned. That's Captain Trainwreck.
Mm.
Complete with green mullet. I always wonder, like, I know it was the 90s, but was the green mullet really the best we could have done for a hairstyle for Captain Planet?
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Listen,
All right,
that I think that cartoon sucked. I'm like with them politically, but I couldn't.
yeah.
It was fucking unwatchable.
I agree. Yeah, I agreed with what they were trying. I agreed with the message they were trying to get, but it was just horrible.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we got to say on that one. Yeah, hot take on Captain Planet here on Facebook for the blind. All right. Kristen Unak is once again back to back here. She reposed from "You're kind of making me uncomfortable." LOL. New friend of the show. And it says, "Me at the bar waiting on my chicken tendies while everyone else grinds on each other." And it's a picture of this very fat, very not happy looking cat with its little paws over this wooden bar thing. Just like, fuck all y'all. But yeah, that's me at the bar. I feel this.
Nice.
All right, next up.
Good looking kitty.
Yeah, fat ass. Morris Delight's Coffee House. I don't know. It said, "I decided to eat something healthy, so I made a delicious omelet this morning. I seasoned the eggs with sugar, oil, chocolate, and threw a little flour in there for texture. And here's the end result. That's a brownie. And yeah, I'd rather eat a brownie for breakfast than an omelet because I don't like eating eggs. I know, as fat as I am, I don't eat eggs. All right,
That's
moving
crazy.
on. No, man.
My kid says my cheddar cheese sauce in eggs is perfect.
I'd have to try it. Like I said, I'm not a fan.
Excellent.
All right. Friend of the show, Deborah M. Haven't seen you in a while, but thanks for everything. Deborah M here posts, "Me summons a demon god. Demon god, you fool, you have freed me. Now I shall rip apart your puny human society, destroy your armies and the enforcers of your laws, and devour your leaders and powerful champions, leaving chaos in my wake. Me. Yeah, good. Get on it. Get on it. Demon god. Wait, what? Me. Get moving, lazy. I didn't summon you here to play fucking Yahtzee." Yeah. I feel this.
Wow.
All right. All right. This is the last one I got for the short round one here. From a friend of the show, friend of mine, Grant Malco, reposting from Sarcasm and Humor. Husband, I want you to have this bracelet. It belonged to my grandmother. Wife, why does it say do not resuscitate? There's some jewelry.
Oh, it's horrible. I love it.
It's great, isn't it? But that's all I got for TD's world famous, often imitated, never duplicated short round one. Now with added vitamin B12. Over to you, Sizemore.
Very nice.
How do they get the B12 in it?
It's a whole
a-
complicated scientific process that I just don't really have the ability or the sobriety to explain right now.
Michael, it's electrolytes.
Oh, it's electricity.
Sorcery.
It's what plants crave. I was unhappy with my animal story, so I'm throwing in one final one. Here's a picture of 4 sea urchins, and it is captioned, "Sea urchins like to put rocks and shells on their heads to protect them from predators and the sun, so an aquarium 3D printed hats for them, and they'd love to wear them." We see a cowboy hat, a top hat, a Viking hat.
Fuck, I love this.
I think all sea urchins need Viking hats.
Dude, look at how good it looks on him too. He's got like really good shade to anemone.
Yeah, it's really good.
Anyway, you can see why I had to share that one.
Those are some sharp looking sea urchins. I fucking say it.
Look, got the little chapeau on. Oh yeah.
Yep. This one's from the lighter side of science. And if you're not following the lighter side of science, where are you getting your lighter side of science? Huh?
That's a great question.
Exactly. This one is a fun little science fact too. We have a picture of a bunch of, it looks black and white, shot maybe the 1950s, a bunch of really good looking Italian people, couple scooter, motorcycle, everybody's in suits, and there's a woman in a white dress crossing the street in high heels, and it says, according to one survey, men spend nearly a year of their life simply staring at women.
I think it's kind of sweet.
And I think that's kind of low.
Yeah, I know.
I also wonder though, did they only survey Italians?
I don't know. The picture does like add context that's probably not there. I'm betting. But anyway, this has been your worthless, unsubstantiated, no citation fun fact for the night.
Trademarked.
Friend of the show, Michael Johnson reposts Oops All OC Unfiltered. And we have a picture of Bardeen, Javier Bardeen in No Country for Old Men with that terrible bowl haircut. It just says, when your meme has all laugh reacts and somebody comes along and blue thumbs it, it's just Bardeen stares in violent disgust. You know who you are. This one, I'm not sure what, I don't know. This was just on Facebook, directed at me. We have here a picture of Jesus Christ.
White Jesus.
White Jesus in a white robe.
White Jesus.
With a very red cape. I mean, like a Superman level of cape on a white horse in the sky in a sunbeam with an American flag and possibly most importantly, an M16. This came from the militaryreligiousfreedom.org page and was a paid ad to me. But it says the U.S. premiere of Praying for Armageddon, a chilling new documentary featuring Mikey Weinstein and Colonel retired Lawrence Wilkerson. And I went another page deep into this, and I couldn't figure out which direction they were coming from, boys.
That was my question.
I know. It was like enter your email address here, and I'm like, I'm out.
It does sort of remind me of the Bible part 2.
Sure.
That I'm holding in front of the camera, Jesus on a unicorn, 2 AK-47s,
Yeah.
and it says here, "Hail to the King of the Jews, baby." Jesus Christ is back, and he's not crucifixing around.
We should get them as a sponsor. Michael, call them.
I want to be really clear here. We are not blaspheming against actual black Jesus. We are blaspheming against white Republican Jesus all damn day.
This is true. This is true. Sticking with the topic of white people, Shelby Uhas, friend of the show. You guys remember Shelby? Hey, Shelby.
Hey, Shelby.
He reposts lean at 53 and pie that says, just saw a post on Facebook that said coleslaw is just yeehaw kimchi, and now I can't get it out of my mind.
I love it.
Now
I'm
it's
gonna start
stuck in
calling
your
that.
mind still.
Yeehaw kimchi. That was my nickname in the military.
Shelby also second time posts this conversation. Says, could you write me a recommendation letter for a job, please? Responded, oh, frick. I totally thought I responded. Yes, I will lie for you. Which is a great response. I mean, that's how you tell somebody you love them. Sure. You were the president. I'll say that. Jason Jester, friend of the show. Jason Jester posts this sign from Big Guy's Pizza. Says, now selling medical marinara.
Yeah, baby.
I'm telling you, that sounds tasty. I would try that.
I would get down with some medical marinara.
Right? I knew you would. I got about 3 more here. Love all around. If you're not following Love all around, where are you getting your love? Huh? Where?
All around.
Got a post here of a man walking his dog, and it says, it doesn't matter how strong and confident you may appear on the outside. Some days you just need your Pooh Bear. And we see this thick Rottweiler, I want to say.
That is a bully breed.
Okay.
I think it's a bull mastiff.
Bull mastiff.
Possibly.
This is a couple 100 pounds of dog with an adorable Winnie the Pooh in his mouth. Because some days you just need your Pooh Bear. So.
Hey, when I was in the hospital a couple weeks ago, I had my teddy bear with me. I didn't care, and not a single nurse made fun of me because they fucking knew better.
Nice, lovely. Here's a picture of Marjorie Taylor Greene holding a sign from anti-QAnon memes, and it just says, "I wish somebody asked me to a musical."
No.
And finally, while you were doing your bit there, TD, I went ahead and looked it up, and it turns out that Lauren Boebert is already campaigning on this. We have a billboard that says, Lauren Boebert, she'll jerk you off.
I knew it. I knew it.
You called it. There you go.
Call me Nostradamus.
That has been my wholesome round 1. Throwing it back to you, Michael Sir.
All right, heading into round 2, the ill-reverend round. This one is ill-defined. There's not really much of a theme.
Ill-focused.
But it's round 2. So here we are. Dr. Emmett L. Brown. Ill-conceived. Yeah. It's a bad idea. Dr. Emmett L. Brown has a picture of some screws that are coming up through the floor. And it says, the downstairs neighbor just installed a stripper pole. What is the best way to deal with this? And Javier, the first commenter, says, hook a car battery to it.
Hell yeah.
This is a savage reply by Netflix. We have Javier again. And Javier says, how can I have 1 year Netflix subscription for free? Netflix replies, if you find out, tell us also. All shall love me and despair. Friend of the show, all shall love me and despair.
Hey, y'all.
Says, don't let anyone treat you like an option. You're inevitable. A horror beyond comprehension. An omen, a threat.
God, that gave me a warm and fuzzies.
You know, listen, I'm gonna let's talk through this. This is Moist Buddha, friend of the show. I want to say that.
Moist, yeah.
The moistest of the
Moist,
Buddhas.
Yeah, Moist Buddha, keeping it real, keeping it moist, keeping it Buddha.
4 out of 5 Buddhas recommend Moist Buddha.
It's absolutely true. But for some reason, this week, they posted this tweet from Alex Lee Moyer's Crack at Scooter Her Crack. And she says, I want to remind people this movie actually happened and it was based on Shakespeare. And it's a picture of Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. And it happens to be the best fucking movie ever.
It is a wonderful movie.
And I want to say that this, what do you call this when it's a picture from the movie for advertisement?
A
A
still?
promo shot. Promo shot.
Yeah, promo shot. This promo shot goes fucking hard.
Yeah.
They're all pointing guns at me. They all have cool rings on. I'm looking at this right now, and I'm realizing that a lot of my fashion sense and maybe even like gender identity right here,
Yeah. I see it.
foundational.
I see it.
Look at Mercutio. I want you to know, I would absolutely wear this sheer white shirt.
I know
And
that
hold
you
a
own
gun.
that shirt. I know you own that shirt that Mercutio is
I
wearing.
actually used to. My muscles got too big for it. So,
And I know you
Buddha
had the pink hair that Jamie Kennedy's sporting.
Moist Buddha says, "Wherefore art thou, Leonardo?" And also, Moist, we're still friends, but swinging a fucking miss here, guy. I walked us through all of that because I wanted to read the most liked comment out of 1,077 comments, and the most liked comment in the comment section was, first of all, it was amazing. Second of all, the soundtrack is fire. And I went to the comments. The whole comment section was just people talking about how fucking great this movie is. So
Yeah.
Moist Buddha, swing and a miss. Moist Buddha's fans fucking nailed it. Here's a picture of a kid who has put his foot up on a chair like he's going to tie a shoe. And then he bent down and tied the shoe that's on the ground, not the one that he lifted up onto the chair. And it says, when you're high as fuck in public and you're trying to act normal.
No comment.
Uh,
No comment.
Glow Fuck Yourself is back. They share a headline that says, Bobert's Beetlejuice beau won't be getting a second date, she says. And Winter replies, that was the first date?
yeah.
At Sean X Solo, friend of the show, at Sean X Solo says, if football didn't exist, this would be a way cooler tweet. And then we see what he's retweeted says, Jay Cutler passed his physical and is officially a Dolphin. All right. Shiny Pretties says, I'm so old this pleases me. And there's 4 pictures of Sally Jesse Raphael.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have somebody else do this. Eric, read this meme for us.
4 panels, Sally Jesse Raphael. And they are captioned Sally Jesse Raphael, Sally Jesse Donatello, Sally Jesse Michelangelo, and Sally Jesse Leonardo. And Shiny Pretty says, I'm so old, this pleases me.
See, me, Sally Jesse is wearing a different color blazer. It helps if you actually explain what the hell we're looking at.
Well, I got to tell you what, I'm blinded with rage because I've met Sally Jesse Raphael and I don't like her.
Well, I wanted you to read it because I am colorblind. So I'm bad at this.
See, yeah, Sally Jesse. Here, I'll help you out, Libyan. Sally Jesse Raphael wearing a red blazer because Raphael, red bandana thing.
Bandana thing? Yeah. Mask.
That's the thing I couldn't think of. Sally Jesse Donatello, purple blazer, purple mask. All these are going to coordinate with the mask. You know, we got Sally Jesse Raphael. I'm sorry, Sally Jesse Montes.
All right, that's really funny.
Shut up, man.
And
the words are very small.
Leonardo's in blue. I always get confused with Michelangelo. Is it yellow or is it orange?
Orange.
Okay. Here's a picture of Crayola crayons, and one is burning. It's on fire. And it says, in an emergency, a crayon will burn for 30 minutes. And the first comment says, how long do they burn if it's not an emergency? Fucking stupid. Trash Can Paul's back. This time, without comment, he just retweets the Sneed County Sheriff Department, who posted a picture of a cop posting, looks like an eviction notice on a door. And it says, one of the biggest joys on Sheriff Mike's day is delivering eviction notices to single mothers.
Yeah, baby.
Here's a picture of RoboCop, but like when he doesn't have his like helmet on. And it says, remember in the movie RoboCop, when corporate America aids criminals and helps incites riots so they can lower property values and then buy up the city while privatizing the city's police force? Haha, science fiction is crazy.
Cray.
This is just a picture of RoboCop, but he just has a fucking huge ass.
Dump truck.
Like, why did they make the metal this big?
Yeah, with 5 C's.
Trash Can Paul again. This is a picture of Brad Pitt from one of the movies that he's in, and he just kind of looks forlorn. And it says, "The first 7 days of the week are always the hardest." And my last meme for round 2, the ill reverend round, is a picture of what's this guy's name from
Ricky?
Ricky from the Trailer
Wow.
Park Boys, and he's smoking a cigarette and he's got his sunglasses on and he looks like he's cool as fuck. And he says, if the question is, if a female got a little bit of cellulite, do you care? And Ricky says, I don't give a fuck what kind of phone she got. That's it for round 2. Back to you, TD.
Alrighty, now we're gonna do the round 2 here for Facebook for the Blind. I believe it's called the irrigated round. Okay, in front of the show, Joe the Animal here on the irrigated round says you can't buy hot pockets. You can only buy cold pockets. You are expected to supply the heat yourself. Don't believe the lies. Joe the Animal out here spreading truth.
Nice. No lies detected.
Exactly. Next up, we got front of the show, Jason Crowley, reposting from Duck Sensitivity. Says candy corn gets all the slander every year. Meanwhile, trash circus peanuts go by every year with no smoke. And it's a picture of those nasty styrofoam orange nasty motherfuckers. I'm fat and a stoner, and I won't even eat those.
I'd eat them.
Friend of the show, Jason Jester, making another appearance here. Says, flaunt it, Dave. And he reposted from Tommy Bear. Invention of fishnet stockings. Fisherman, help. I got caught in the fishnet. Fisherman 2. Is it just me or is Dave looking a little hot? And Fisherman 3. No. And Fisherman 3 goes, no, Dave is definitely being hot right now. Yeah, come on, Dave. Next up. Some dork named Andrew TD. Hey, I know him. I posted this about a year ago, and it says, hey, they want to talk to the manager of Hot Topic because it's a picture of 2 ladies, and it says someone said emo girls were just gothic Karens, and now I can't look away because we have your stereotypical Karen-looking lady. Although I think this is more of a Becky because she's kind of young, and then next to her is almost the exact same style dress except it's goth emo hair. So yeah,
nice.
Karens are just emo girls are just goth Karens. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Next, Baking Will Bake, front of the show. Baking Will Bake. That's Baking Will Bake, the show where I make delectable baked goods full of sugar and spice while I'm full of herb and feeling nice. Couchman Bakes on Twitter. Please follow me. I posted this a while back, and it's still just as true as last time I posted it. My husky likes to howl at passing trains. I am convinced she thinks it's an ancient husky god. She is answering its call. Not only does she howl at the train tracks a block away from here, but every month when they do like the siren test, the siren's like a block and a half away from here too. So, oh yeah, yeah, this favorite day of the month.
Wow.
Oh yeah, get a husky. They said it's fun. They said, Your fresh farmers market, front of the show, says, you ever see something and think, wow, that is violently American? Because here we got a triple cheeseburger with the buns, glazed donuts. Now, I think there's some items missing here, like the 1.5 pounds of bacon. See, it probably also needs like caramelized onion and really sweet barbecue sauce. Then we can call that thing violently American.
At least ketchup.
Or at least ketchup. But definitely some bacon.
Something with some more sugar in it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And before you even ask, yes, I would eat this.
Yeah, we knew.
It's worth me losing another toe or two. I don't care. I would eat this.
Yeah, we knew.
I knew you knew. That's why you're my homies. Friend of the show, Glenn Teedy. Never met him. We're probably related. He posts true story, and this method worked on me, as I recall, and it worked on me too. He reposts from Guns and Bacon. Parents back in the day be like, "Dad, I can't swim," as he's being yeeted off the pool deck by his father. He goes, "Not with that attitude. He's getting chucked in the pool. You got two options: sink or swim or die." This is how I learned to swim, by the way.
Yep, I vaguely remember something like this.
Vaguely, hell, that thing. I'm still traumatized by that shit.
Mhm.
All right, moving on. Friend of the show, Satan.
Hey, hail Satan.
Hey, buddy.
Satan.
At S8N on Twitter there. He's got a picture. It says, "Get him. He's trying to leave without pain." It's a hospital room. The patient is declared dead. His spirit is leaving his body, but the three doctors got a rope around him and trying to pull him back. No, but motherfucker, you have a copay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it be sometimes.
Eef.
It'd be like that.
True.
All right, rare insults, friend of the show. No,
Oh,
we've
we
already
did
done this one. Yeah, okay, here we go. This is the last one I got for round one here.
Yeah. No,
That's not it.
That's what you put in.
Crackhead. Okay, this is the last one I got for round two here, the irrigated round. So it's from friend of the show, Internet Hall of Fame. They repost from Party Gets Me. Why are men always okay with doing nothing for their birthday? And BK at Share Box says, "Imagine celebrating a day when all my problems started." Damn right.
It's an old Chinese proverb that says, "You're born hungry, screaming, and wet. And from there, things get worse."
Yeah, no shit. That's all I got for round two. The irrigated round, I believe we're calling it this week. Over to you, Sizemore.
Irreverent, ill-reverent, ill-conceived,
Irrational,
ill-defined,
irrigated,
ill-advised. Round two from friend of the show, actually acquaintance of the show, Aaron Chapman. We have two pictures here. One is of a car and one is of an ice cream cone. And it says, "To the owner of the black Tesla who parked behind the Orpheum on Seymour Street tonight, who told me to go fuck myself after I told them that they'd likely get a parking ticket because of tour vehicles that were going to park there, who seemed to presume I was just some nosy civilian rather than the guy running the concert tonight. Here's a photo of the tow truck I called for your car and a photo of me eating an ice cream cone while I watched it being towed. I don't think I've ever had I don't think I've ever had an ice cream cone that tasted so sweet and refreshing."
That is some next level petty.
I think part of the reason we are vibing with this is because it was posted by Parking Pricks of the Midwest. Speaking of the Midwest, might as well do another one that was very popular on my feed here. This is a pie chart, and it says how time passes in the Midwest. January, about a third of the year, takes a long time. February, big chunk, probably, both of them way over half. March, smaller. April, much, much smaller. May, very tiny. June, just a tiny little sliver. July, really fat. August is just a sliver of orange. September, October gets a little thicker. November, getting a little bit. December, getting thicker. And that is exactly how it is. From Midwest versus everybody, telling it like it is.
That's right.
Friend of the show, Jason says, "I'm at a point in my life where I don't even know the point that I'm at, but I'm at a point."
Yes.
Right? I think we all feel that. I think you know where I'm at. I really wanted the graphic to go with this, man, but this is just such a great headline from the Great Red Hope. It says, "Being mean to scabs is working. Drew Barrymore and Bill Maher are now not resuming their shows amid strikes." That's right. Being mean to scabs, like with memes and shit. Yeah, that actually kind of works. So, keep it up. My favorite one, and I'm scrambling for it, I couldn't find it, but it's the shot of Drew Barrymore in E.T., and E.T. is pointing his little light up finger, and he says, "Scab." Pretty good. This next one is a picture of a man looking into his trash can, one of those pedals, you know what I mean, that opens up the lid. And it says, "Reading cooking instructions off the bag I just threw out."
Yeah, I feel that.
Yep. says a hard truth. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Speaking of, might as well just dump this one in here. This is a 4-panel, looks like it's written on a sticky note. And the name of this 4-panel cartoon is This Is About Me, So It's Okay, I Hope. First panel, we see a little figure there, and he says, I'm a comedian. And another guy says to him in the second panel, are you good enough to call yourself that? And he says, it's not about being good enough. It's about being too dumb to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people feeling that one.
Yeah.
This next one is a picture of a scientist in a white lab coat, and he's gesturing. He says, scientist, my discoveries are useless if taken out of context. And then the media is saying, scientists claim their discoveries are useless. Which is like, yeah, that's exactly how it's going down, for sure. Absolutely. This next one is from Molly Zeff. And it says, what is Judaism's original sin? Wrong answers only, please. And, you know, it was Yom Kippur, and you don't say happy Yom Kippur, and I don't know the Hebrew you do say. It's a day of atonement. So thought it was good to post this. So I sent this to all my Jewish friends. What is Judaism's original sin? Wrong answers only, please. And Teo Morgan says, letting another publisher handle the sequel. Yeah. You're like, oh, yeah, that's totally true, actually. Here's one that several of my friends like today from friend of the show, Denatra. Denatra Philippon, you are a wonderful person. And thank you for the cookies. It says, we should all be able to call in healthy. Look, I'm not coming into the office today. I feel really good, and I don't want to waste it on being at work.
Word.
I sent it to all my friends that were sick today. You know who you are.
Stickies.
Anyway, really liked it. This one's a picture of Mike Lindell inside a padded cell, and it says, from anti-QAnon memes, it says, Mike Lindell introduces the My Padded Cell for those who fall down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. Be a good product, man. You sell a lot of that. That's a very good product there. You know, it's about Halloween. I know we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up September. We're moving on into October. So you got to get your Halloween costumes together. Here's one of those wonderful ones. You got a picture of, looks like Lauren Boebert. It says, Christian values, Christian U.S. conservative representative. Includes 2 theater tickets, a club dress, a push-up bra, a vape pen, self-control of a teenager, knowledge that over the clothes doesn't count, entitlement. A demand to know if you know who she is, an extended middle finger, denial of behavior until a video surfaces, and a half-assed apology. And it says for the size, it's got adult, but adult is crossed out, and it says all ages. One size fits most. It would cover just most of a person is what it would do. You didn't think we were going to be done with all the Boebert things, did you? I mean, come on.
Never.
Never.
No. TD, how about you read this one for me?
I can do that. All right. Kraft Nation posts this picture here. There we go. Kraft Nation posts this picture. It says, meanwhile, at the pumpkin patch, it's an animated picture of a couple pumpkins talking. And one pumpkin says, I want to go to a good home, but I'm not going to start getting all desperate. And are you wearing cologne? And it's the other pumpkin shaking going, pumpkin spice, too much, huh? Trying to get him a basic. Basic. And I would be the one to pick him up. Because I am basic.
Ooh, all right. Smells so good, Mr. Pumpkin. You're coming home with me. I can hear it.
Exactly.
I can
hear it. Thanks, Sizemore.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, let's see here. I think I'm going to close out on this one. This is from the Great Red Hope. And if you're not following the Great Red Hope, where are you getting your hope? Huh? And we have a pack of cigarettes here, and it says, capitalism breeds innovation. The innovation, Doritos nacho cheese flavored Class A cigarettes.
Gross.
I hate it.
Oh, I would obviously smoke a whole pack. I'm just saying it's gross.
Me and some friends tried to make a beef jerky cigarette once. I'll tell you about that story sometime.
You know that orange powder that you get on your fingers when you eat Doritos?
Yes.
Look, it's in the smoke in the background. It's orange powdery cheese smoke. All right, no, I want to go one more. I'm going to close out on this one. It's a picture of a possum who's very anxious and going, and it says that anxious urge to say no worries either way when you are actually worrying both ways, plus a secret third way. That was my irreverent round 2. Back to you, Michael Mann.
All right, here we go. Round 3, kicking off round 3, the penultimate round.
Penultimate.
Yeah, boy, here we have a picture of a guy getting fitted for a suit. The tailor is measuring his arm, and it says how Europeans measure people. And then the second panel just says how Americans measure people. And it's a picture of a guy laying on his back, and a woman's feet are on his face and chest. She's walking on him. This is a picture of American cigarette box, and it says, but it really does look like the box of American Spirit cigarettes. But it says, "It takes me 10 fucking minutes to smoke a single cigarette."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was just for the smokers.
Oh, the moms love those.
This is the meme, 4 panels, and it's the meme of the brain growing until it's like a supernova in the person's mind. They've reached full enlightenment. The small brain says you're fired. The growing brain says your employment is hereby terminated. The bigger brain says you're jobbant. And full enlightenment is labeled you're promoted to customer. Feisty Soul Tribe, the group, says my favorite part of fall is when the mosquitoes go back to hell.
Hell yeah, my favorite.
This is rough. This is a picture of, it's got to be a doctored picture of Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She looks like her face is falling off.
I don't think it's doctored.
And it says, the last thing a possum sees before it's eaten alive on the steps of the Arkansas governor's mansion.
Yep.
Punk Black, friend of the show, Punk Black. I love this. They retweeted Tiffy Starchild at Tiffy Starchild, who says Ahsoka's head thing is a hat, it's hair, it's flesh. Help! I'm new. There's pictures of Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. The first comment says, "It's flesh, babe." And she replies, "I got to sit with that for a while." Here's a picture of a metal stool, and it says, "Point of view, you're about to spend $64.47 on a burger with truffle tater tots." I forget this actor's name. I always forget his name. Ryan Gosling. It's a picture of Ryan Gosling looking really sad, wearing a coat. And he says, "It's always, I love your memes, and never, here's $1 billion.
Yeah.
Here's the hardtimes.net, friend of the show, the Hard Times. They're reporting how to tell your white friend you don't like Wilco. And it's a picture of 3 women, 2 white women, and then just 1 black woman who looks nervous. BLG memes, friend of the show, BLG memes says, you'll never make it in Hollywood, David. David, and we have a picture of credits here. And David Daradan he played the character Vigorous Hand Job Guy.
Yeah.
You really showed us, David. Hayden Crystal says horses are a great pet for anyone who ever wished their bicycle could make bad choices. All right, just 2 more here. Here's a picture of a candle, and it says, "Hello, pumpkin spice season," and this candle's fragrance is overpriced pumpkin spice latte.
That would be all of them. All pumpkin spice.
TD, I want you to read my final meme for round 3, the penultimate round.
I can do that. Oh, God, I hate you so much. Okay, so we got a picture of Ozzy Osbourne, and below that picture, we have a picture of the scene in My Girl where Veda is over a coffin with her recently deceased buddy, John Jay. And yeah, I remember all this shit. That's the curse of this memory, guys. Fuck you. And Ozzy's saying, going, generals gathering in their masses, And then the little girl's going, he can't see without his glasses. Fuck you, Labune.
That's it for round
Yeah.
3 for me. All right, TD, now it's
Yeah.
your turn.
Yeah, it's always, TD, what's the name of this guy? TD, where's this from? TD, what's this? Not TD, we're going to show you a picture. It's going to trigger 30-year-old trauma.
Generals gathering with their masses.
Yes.
He can't see without his glasses.
God, I hate you. God, I hate you so much. I'm going to go to South Canada and beat that mohawk off your head.
Oh, fighting words.
Come
All
visit,
right,
buddy.
here, kicking it off. God damn it, kicking it off round 3 here. Let's bring this turkey in. Oh God, let's bring this turkey in. Let's bring the possums in for supper. Let's take the bears to the barbecue. Let's take the freaking crocodiles to the sock hop, baby. Let's bring the turkey in round
Let's
3.
get this convoy on the road.
Jesus. Internet Hall of Fame, friend of the show, says Grandma wants these cards handed out at her funeral. And it's a card with a picture of Grandma that says, let's keep in touch, because underneath that is a Ouija board. Little tiny Ouija board in the card. There you go. Let's keep in touch. I like Grandma.
Grandma.
All right, moving on here. A friend of the show, once again, friend of the show, Satan.
Hey,
Satan.
hail Satan.
Hey, Satan, see you on poker. The anti-vacation, it's just a picture of some guy looking at the camera and like a selfie type deal. It says the anti-vacation. Go somewhere really shitty and do something awful for a week. So when you return, your life seems good. I've been on vacation so bad that I've had this been this effect.
Wow.
All right, moving on. Friend of the show, Jason Jester. Friend of the show, friend of the universe, friend of you and me, Jason Jester. It says not cool as he posed from Amy Barrett. And just all Amy says here is, all I'm saying is don't give me a severe thunderstorm warning and then not deliver.
Yeah.
If you're going to interrupt Wheel of Fortune, let me know there's a storm coming. There better be some thunder and lightning. Don't get my anxiety up and then not give me anything.
Nice.
All right, that's just me apparently. Moving on. Internet Hall of Fame once again. They just says, how much of an allowance did you get as a week? I'm sorry. How much allowance did you get as a teenager per week? And someone replies, I was allowed to live there.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all I got, baby.
Wow.
I got to live.
Wow.
All right, moving on. Internet Hall of Fame once again says, y'all ever wake up from a dream and be impressed? Like, damn, the narrative structure and the plot line was amazing. And sometimes I do pretty well with the cinematography. Everything's framed quite nicely. All right, moving on. Rare Insults, friend of the show. Once again, Rare Insults reposting from Peyton. Girls be crying over a dude who reads at a 3rd grade reading level. He's not ignoring your text. He's sounding it out. Give him a second. Yeah, I like that. Andrew T, some schmuck. I posted this about a year ago and says, you can't convince me otherwise. Pete Davidson is what I imagine Beetlejuice looked like when he was alive, and it's a picture of Pete Davidson next to a picture of Beetlejuice. I think it speaks for itself. Like Beetlejuice looked like Pete Davidson when he was alive.
Oh yeah. True.
All right, moving on. What the fuck memes and quotes? New friend of the show, what the fuck memes and quotes?
I can't unsee that.
No, you can't. That's why I wanted you to see it. Says me spying on the new neighbors to make sure they ain't weirdos. And it's a picture of a rather portly man with no ass in a Speedo staring out a window. Me spying on the new neighbors to make sure they ain't weirdos.
Nice.
That's what if you came over my house on a Saturday, I would not look like that because I have respect for myself. All right, moving on. I at least have shorts on. All right, friend of the show, Daniel Burke, repost from Toon Hub, says we used to be a proper country, and it's a picture of the McDonald's Monopoly game.
Oh my god! I watched a fucking documentary about that thing.
Oh yeah. A bunch of people like found a way to cheat the Monopoly game. Yes.
I knew some people who cheated.
You were probably one of them.
I was not. What would I do? No.
You tell me you want to cheat for a free quarter pounder?
No, didn't do it.
That's right. You're skinny. All right, moving on.
Oh,
Yeah, because I'm not quite done yet. Andrew Teedy, once again, I posted this about a year ago. So, does anyone remember these Darwinian death traps designed as a children's game? And
Yeah.
it's a picture of two kids playing with lawn darts, and it says, toss the darts, treat the wounded, tally the points, repeat until only one child remains. Like, you could kill an elk with a lawn dart. You remember these
Those
things?
things are so
Oh, yeah.
dangerous.
so great though. So great.
My uncle still has a pair in his garage from the 70s. We still play that sumbitch at family gatherings to this day.
Dude, I want to come to your
state is that
family gatherings.
It is in the state you think it's in, Lebion.
So they still play lawn darts in Indiana.
Yes. I can take you to 5 barbecues in the month of June alone that would have those in it back home.
Would they let me there if they knew I was pescatarian?
You know what? They're progressive. You know, they like they like the Presbyterians, like the Methodists, they like all those guys.
Dude, I'm not. I hear where Michael's coming from, man. My West Virginia cousins have been giving me the side eye ever since I came out to them in high school by being a thespian.
Yeah.
They don't know what that is, but they know it.
They just know they don't like it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Good Lord. Tim Joseph, friend of the show, repost from Ava here, and it says, I will never understand people who think hockey is boring. There's these 6'5" giants on knife shoes moving around at 70 miles per hour. They're equipped with a giant weapon, and sometimes they punch each other. How is that boring?
No shit.
As a hockey fan, I agree with all this. Like, yeah, you've seen these freaking Neanderthal Viking looking motherfuckers skating around, and they got knives on their shoes. They beat each other with sticks, and sometimes for no reason at all, they take off their helmets and start slugging at each other. It's fantastic.
By the way, Knife Shoes was my nickname in Thespians.
I actually think I believe that. I think I believe that the Thespians gave you that nickname. All right, moving on. That's the last one I got for round 3 here. From friend of the show, friend of mine, Samantha Sam Wiedemann, says, how I feel when I'm at work. And it's a picture of Professor McGonagall from Harry Potter going, why is it when something happens, it's always you 3? And then below that, we got Hermione, Ron, and Harry going, because we're short-staffed and you won't hire anybody else. I feel that.
Dude.
All right, that's what I got for round 3. We have successfully brought the turkey in, leaving only my posts with the most. Over to you, Mr. Sizemore.
Yeah, seriously, like in line with the theme of that last meme, man. I got cheered when I went into work today. That's to fill it.
Yeah, I feel when I finally eventually do get to go back to work, they're gonna like welcome me with like a band and a feast and like all that kind of shit.
It's never happened in my freaking life.
I'm the only one at work that does my job, so that means my job is not being done right now.
Well, I see. That's a big thing. All right, gonna burn through the penultimate round so we can get to our post with the most. This is I don't remember who's posted it, and I don't care. It just says, I will not argue with anyone about myself. Take whatever assumptions you got and run with it. Start a campaign. Tell your friends. I'm good. Friend of the show, Dan Hughes, says, sorry, but we can't accept cash because our employees can't do math. I think it's probably true. There's a lot of public education out there. Have you guys been hearing about the that I don't know where it is running that men think a lot about the Roman Empire?
I don't get this.
Apparently it's on TikTok. They covered it on NPR. Man,
it's a bunch of staged. I think it's really just a bunch of staged videos. That's what I really think.
I have no idea. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know dick about the Roman Empire.
No, I mean, but I got a couple friends that are into all kinds of weird stuff like this. So I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in touch. Here's sort of a New Yorker style cartoon. Got a couple Roman centurions, and the one's turning to the other, and he says, sorry, I was just thinking about the Macedonian Empire. This one's from friend of the show, Rena Calm. Rena hasn't checked in for a while. I'm not sure where she's traveling right now, but she's unveiled a little bit here from one of her threads. She says, I don't know how to write this into a joke that's funnier than the facts. I met an escaped Mormon who said the reason she left the church, ... In all seriousness, is because LDS has 17 million followers after 100 years. But hello, PewDiePie got 100 million followers in his first year. So. I was like, I've heard a lot of reasons. Yeah, anyway, so she just finishes.
Whoa.
Just know there is a very young mother of 3 working at a late night Korean restaurant in Idaho who is radical and woke and will surely need therapy. Catman's anti-capitalist Treehouse of Solidarity has posted this, recaptioning of Karl Marx's Capital, Volume 1, Penguin Classics, and it says, a post from Cinnamon Bun. Securing your desired username on a new app is the closest millennials and Zoomers will get to owning land. Man, isn't that cool when you like get there and you can have the username you want? And you're like, oh, ew, call me Lord. Catman's anti-capitalist Treehouse of Solidarity coming in twice with a post on the Karl Marx Das Kapital Volume 1. This is a picture of a woman in a car with very, very depressed, sad-looking eyes. And it says, another day of providing shareholder value. I think if I just sat around, I could just take random photos and just make new covers for Karl Marx Das Kapital Volume 1. Because, damn, that's what I'm saying. Anti-QAnon memes in the show again, reposting the Tennessee Holler, friend of the show at TV.
Hey.
And this is a picture from a school board meeting with a bunch of women standing around at a school board meeting. Well, there's a bunch of people standing around, and one woman's holding up placards with imagery. And it says, a mom for, quote, liberty is upset a textbook teaches how seahorses mate. Yes. Seriously. If you look closely, those are pictures of seahorses mating. I don't know if you guys have ever seen seahorses mate or can imagine it, but if it gets you turned on and you think that's sexy, you have a problem, Mom for Liberty.
Oh, Eric, I have seen seahorses mate. Make no
And
mistake.
were you aroused?
Well, that seems like a really personal question.
I don't know if that's any of your goddamn business.
Moving on, don't want to know. This next one's from Anime Knowledge 2 panel with Kathy Bates, and she's saying, I'm sure a Southern accent, you don't have what they call social skills. And then we see Adam Sandler say, that's why I'm on Facebook sharing memes. Yeah, ouch. That's what you're supposed to say, boys. This one just blew my mind, and I just want to share it with you because I couldn't stop thinking about it. Got a picture of a rocket and got a picture of, like, I don't know, a fusion drive. It doesn't matter. The 2 panel says, objects with mass can never travel at the speed of light. And the bottom panel says, objects without mass always travel at the speed of light.
So far.
Yeah.
Till we slow them bitches down. Maybe that's the way we actually learn how to travel through time. Not by exceeding the speed of light.
Slowing down the speed of light.
Just like thinking slower.
If I think any slower, I'm not gonna think.
Not you, TD. You're already fucking. You're already time traveling, bud.
You're perfectly zen. Yeah. You're a Jedi Ninja Sasquatch Time Lord. Sasquatch Time Lord. There
baby.
Unstuck in time. Anyway, I just, you go through logic 101, you go through philosophy 101, you go, there are no absolutes, and then somebody throws 2 simple absolutes at you, and your brain is like, there's got to be a problem here. But I don't know. I think it's a great mantra. I'm going to think about this and go into a meditative state. Objects without mass always travel at the speed of light. Objects with mass can never. Science humor has passed along this picture of a microwave. And it says below it, do you ever cook something in the microwave, but it's still really cold in the middle and you just keep eating it instead of heating it longer because life is pointless and entropy is unavoidable and the universe is filled with callous and casual destruction?
Hell
Yeah.
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 Every fucking day.
I know. And at first you're like, is that Midwest versus everybody? No, science humor. This is a picture of a friend of the show, Jason from Gen X. And we have a picture of a guy in an Izod pop collar with a really great feathered cut with quite a bit of product in her hair. Her, I guess, yes, gold chains. And she's on the phone and says, kids, I shit you not. There used to be a phone number you could just call and find out what the time was.
Time and temperature. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I used to call those people whenever. That's when you get in an argument with somebody whose watch says something different than your watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great argument settler.
I find it so strange. I know I'm going to have to explain that to kids one day. This next one from friend and founding zaddy of the show, George H. Crutchank, repassing on Quinn Alexander on air with the ultimate challenge. And it says, from Kyle Plant emoji. My God. It says, first day as a bartender, customer, I'll have a martini, dry. Me staring at all the liquid ingredients. I don't know how to tell you this. This one is great. We have some biker dudes in some leather jackets, and it's captioned, when a slogan sounds better in your head. It says, born to ride, 45, Donald J. Trump. Born to ride, Donald J. Trump.
Wow.
It's fucking tough.
That's when you need a committee. That's when you need some lady folks.
No,
Hey.
dude, you haven't seen their lady folks.
True. Somebody knows how to plan parties.
They're like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That and I'm a 10 compared to some other lady folks.
Well, okay. I was trying to give him some kind of benefit of the intelligence, but no, you're right. Born to ride. DJ Trump. This one's from a year ago from the group General Strike. And if you're not following General Strike, you're not going to know when the General Strike is. They've reposted Kyle Perkins. It says, sports be like, watch this millionaire throw a ball to another millionaire. We still don't have health care. That is what sports be like. And finally, except for my post with the most, we have this from 4 years ago, a memory, second Civil War letters from MacGyver, who says, I think we should acknowledge Voldemort was killed by a baby and then came back without a nose. And people just let him be in charge instead of making him admit he lost to a baby at Got Your Nose. And that's not leadership quality.
This is awesome.
That's fantastic.
Not leadership quality at all. What the hell? Are we vetting at all, people?
All right, here we go. No, post with the most time. We ready?
Post with the most time. I'm working on it. Yeah.
All right, my post with the most this week came from Saeed DiCaprio, also known as Hurt Copain. He says, huge day for the most annoying person you know. And that's because Dexerto reports The Office is reportedly getting rebooted.
Whoa.
Of
These
all the
pictures
things
are
they
right.
could have done, they did that.
You know, they spent so much time wondering if they could that they never stopped to ask if they should.
And
That's the
they should not.
So that's it. That's all I have for my post with the most. What's your post with the most this week, TD?
Aw, Sammy's applauding. You got approval and validation. Very nice. Very nice.
My post with the most this week. Yeah, it's a good one if I can remember what I did this week. Oh yeah. It comes to us, of course, from friend of the show, Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hey, Satan. It's a picture of like meme Chad guy with his beard and fucked up haircut. It says, and he's looking at a orangutan or something. Says, "Lol, you're such a dumb creature." And the orangutan looks at him. He goes, "You're the only creature that pays to live on Earth." And it's the cat guy crying because yeah,
Yeah.
we're the superior species, but we pay to be here.
Oh, so silly.
And that's my
Oh,
post. That's my post with the most on that depressing fucking note.
all right.
Sizemore.
That's all right. Well, I gotta say this is a bit of a series here. You see this logo? I gotta explain something a little bit. This is a logo called the Kingfisher, and it is orange and white and blue. It is a logoized bird because we here at the University of Illinois had Chief Illiniwek for years, and then they got rid of Chief Illiniwek because Native American, the mascots are problematic. Let's just leave it at that. So people have been trying to come up with a replacement forever. This is badass. Of all the stuff I've seen, this thing is badass. Anyway, it's the Kingfisher, right? So notice here, this thing has 155 reactions, 43 comments, 10 shares. Why? Because tribalism is hilarious. People screaming and shouting and talking about their 1/4 Native American, and some of my best friends are Native Americans.
Oh, Jesus.
Just the whole thing. And apparently the reason that this came up, this is an old logo that this guy designed, is because NBC Sports on September 2nd this month did the Big Ten, gonna do Big Ten, gonna do March Madness or whatever. I don't know what they're doing, but they like threw it all in there, except that they got the Fighting Illini. There's the Kingfisher.
Because out of all the Big Ten teams, we're the only one without an actual mascot.
So,
I love this idea. Illinois Kingfishers? That's cool.
Anyway, man, oh my God, just some of the most brain dead commentary both ways. Do you know what I mean? And like, I don't care at all. But anyway, this is not really funny. It's just not. It's a whole. I got so many people trafficking on my page, 155 reactions, 43 comments, 10 shares. 10 shares in the history of this show. Do we do anything like that? That's crazy. So anyway, that's not cool. So the funniest thing that I posted that got the most hits was this, and it just said, from Tony Iannelli to Gen X, the group, "Congratulations on being older than the old people we grew up watching." And we got a picture of Red Fox here as Sanford and Son, who was 48 at the time. Carol O'Connor as well, I'm not going to go through all of them, but it's a lot of, I don't know. And TD, you're one of your favorites. What's her name?
Yep. Rue McCallahan playing Blanche Devereaux from Golden Girls. She is the youngest one of the youngest ones on this list at 51.
Yep.
I'm sorry, one of the oldest ones. I'm sorry.
Yep, oldest one, 57. Yeah, the age range is
that's 7. Yeah, it's 7.
39. We got Flo from Mel's Diner, or Alice. I'm sorry, the show Alice. Flo with Kiss My Grits, 39. Alice from the Brady Bunch, 43. Is it Gene Stapleton, I want to say, from All in the Family at 44 years old? Yeah, which is really funny. Sally Struthers was supposed to be her daughter. She's 44. It's like, okay, maybe. Anyway, but it was just, I put this out, and I swear to God, all my Gen X people were just like, damn, well, this is a real shit post. What I ever do to you, Sizemore? Crap like that. Anyway, it was worth it for all the lulls. So there you go. That was my post with most. Sorry for 3, Michael, but I think it was worth it. And that legally constitutes an entire representation of Facebook for the Blind, LLC, a minor division.
We did it.
pinkguillotines.com. We love you. Mwah.
Love you, George.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.